In the early 1900s, working at sea was dangerous. But one woman experienced disasters so repeatedly that newspapers later gave her a nickname, Miss Unsinkable. Her name was Violet Jessop. She worked as a stewardess on luxury ocean liners, assisting passengers during long voyages across the Atlantic. The ships were considered marvels of modern engineering, massive, elegant, and believed to be extremely safe. In 1911, she began working aboard the RMS Olympic, one of the largest ships in the world. During a voyage, the ship collided with a British warship. The damage was severe, but the vessel managed to stay afloat and return to port. Violet survived. A year later, she accepted a new assignment on the Olympic's sister ship, the RMS Titanic. At the time, the Titanic was the largest moving object ever built. Many believed it could not sink. Passengers dined, listened to music, and slept peacefully as the ship crossed the Atlantic. Then, late at night, it struck an iceberg. Crew members rushed to prepare lifeboats. Violet helped passengers, especially women and children, reach the decks and board safely. Eventually, she was ordered into a lifeboat herself. As she was lowered into the freezing Atlantic, an officer handed her a baby to protect. Hours later, she was rescued by another ship. Again, Violet survived. Most people would never return to sea after that. She did. During World War I, she worked as a nurse aboard the HMHS Britannic, another sister ship of the Titanic. In 1916, the ship struck a sea mine in the Mediterranean and began sinking rapidly. The explosion was violent. Lifeboats were launched, but the ship's propellers were still turning as it went down, pulling boats toward it. Violet jumped into the water to escape being dragged under. The impact forced her head against the ship's keel, causing injuries she would only discover years later. But she lived. 3 major ship disasters. And she survived every one. Violet continued working at sea for decades afterward, traveling the world and eventually retiring peacefully. She never claimed luck or miracle. She simply said it was her job. History remembers massive ships, captains, and disasters. But sometimes, the most extraordinary story belongs to a quiet person who simply kept going back. What would it take for you to return to the ocean after surviving it once? If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next hidden story from history.